Hello. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone in the world you all are. Let me adjust the mic a little bit. Alright. It's your Blue Archive Gacha Wheel, Miss Fish, beginner artist self-proclaimed, and your boy Tosanyu. Welcome to the art stream. For today I will be doing a challenge. Instead of like going for the usual VTuber fan art, I do it on a weekly basis. Maybe some of you have like saw this kind of trend, more or less, like the meme of like seeing Frieren from like a low angle perspective. Also, need to like look up the source here, but it is like let me copy that into that thing. But it is like this angle here, you know, and I will try to attempt drawing like from this difficult angle, you know. It's like I practice drawing face in different angle, but looks kind of weird, lol, you know. And yeah, I will try to like do it in my way. It would be like good exercise, I would like say, to like go in with that one here, so that you're kind of informed on like what I'm actually drawing. Twitch doesn't have like those thumbnail things, sadly, that is like able to do, that is like possible like for YouTube side. On the left side you see like samples, you know, to like so that you can like expect what my art style will look like, what you can expect at the end. But I think like I will try like to do two versions, you know. I go like first of all with the easy route with like what you see on the left side, and then maybe I like try like a proper Frieren, you know. Like this is a little bit cheating, like what I have here. You draw like a circle and you draw like a cross or something like that, you know. And then like angle it a little bit, that looks like, okay, it's like looking upwards. Then there's like the body. I think I can like do that pretty quickly, I'd like say. But it is like great exercise, I must like say, for the people out there. Since it's an angle that I think I haven't really drawn much, maybe like during my art lessons and when I was like on my grinding arc like years ago. And now coming back to that, yeah, gonna like see. It will be also my first time drawing Frieren, you know, so it will be like a little bit fun, I suppose. But yeah, it's just like great anime series, I'd say, and anime of the year. So Space Dev, who was like the creator of like this meme art trend, has like taste. Gonna like see if it's like okay. It's like pretty basic angle, but gotta like see. Probably do it like this, you know. But yeah, just like but also you have like to draw a chin somehow. That like this chin's like visible, you know. I'm like not quite sure how I will do that. Probably I'll use like some lighting or so. Like maybe not lighting, but like working like with some shadows, lighting with light and shadows, you know. So that's like the illusion. Oh, you look like from below right now. And to be honest, you know, when I saw like this kind of thing, I kind of like wanted to join in. It's not only like because of like it's like good practice, but overall it's like a good thing when the art community has like something, you know, like artists in general, they found like a new thing, new toy. No, maybe not a toy, but it's like something they like all participate in. Like there were like things like Inktober or whatever, but there was also this thread with like dear AI artists, you know, and it ended like up in like more wholesome way or so, like kind of motivating them. Similar like maybe like not similar, but for example, like PewDiePie started his like YouTube series, you know, when he like teach himself like drawing, and it was like a motivator as well. He might be like gifted or so, but it kind of like shows that you can like within the span of a year become like pretty decent at like art, you know, if like go in like with the grind. Gonna try that on a different layer. And there are on internet like enough like material out there to like draw from. Usually like back in the days we use like an environment as like reference, you know. We like see what our ancestors also like do for that. Well, look like at the surroundings and then copy from there. Like when people like draw an apple, you know, they take like a real life apple as like example, right? Alright. I think like the coloring I will like do at the very end, but I'm gonna draw like through two kind of Frierens. This will be the easy version. I'm gonna like in for the easy version for now to like warm up. And then I go like for the more difficult attempt when you like draw them actually as anime character, you know. The only reference I have like up there is like the official Frieren, anime Frieren like character sheet. I haven't like read the manga, but I'm like among many who like watch the anime, so this would be like that. And it is a difficult angle, even though if I go like the easier route, it gets like a little bit challenging on like trying to draw the hair properly, like as people like remember like Frieren to be. Also it's like kind of funny that like Frieren's like using a lot of like German words. It borrows like a lot of German words. And then give like the characters or like city like those kind of names, you know. But the thing is like those are words, not like actual names or like, you know, that are like used. This can... When I was like a little bit younger back in the days, and I would like nitpick like a lot of like grammar error, you know, because I try my best to like be pretty good at that language also, like at the time. Frieren like directly translates to like freezing or so, but it's not like a name, just like the phantom of like I'm cold, you know. Okay, but not so bad, I would like say at first. I'm gonna exaggerate here a little bit. Look at her full character sheet again. To be able to draw like things below. I think this would be the attempt. Just like balancing a little bit here, regarding the hair. It's like a little bit more, I don't know, it looks like better, like from the other side when I like mirror it. Yeah, overall it's like not much at this point. Not really like a lot of difficulty. I just like drawing this style, but then there are like things like shadows I can like include, so like we'll try to do that. Let me see how I can do this. A little bit of lighting, since like this whole area here is like the chin. The thing is like, when I draw this art style, the mouth is like a lot higher than it like should be. You can like cheat a little bit with that, with like lighting and shadows, to like create the effect. Oh yeah, yeah, like looking from below. Just like utilizing some knowledge. So. But I'm like not much of a shadow user. I'm just like doing the basic art and then that's like it. But I do like all the different attempts like the other artists have like done, and some are like really great. Some are like a meme, you know. Some put like the face of like Agumon or so in there. But I saw scrolling through the timeline and like seeing all the different versions. Pretty like fun. Even though I have like to go for the For You page on like Twitter for that. But there's like a way to like curate it to like your own interests regarding that. So all I will do now is to like work on the line weight for this one here. Sketch wise it's like pretty much done, I'd say, but yeah, It's like the things are like pretty wonky. If it comes like to the smile. The mouth shape, maybe like this. It's like a fun little like attempt. I don't know like when the first time actually was, when I actually got into like Frieren, or like what the reason was. Maybe like because of the music. Things like I did enjoy like the anime opening. Or maybe like when I watched like the first episode, you know, and when there came like the opening song. Then at some point like on YouTube, like the full version of like Yusha by Yoasobi got like recommended to me. This was like the full version of that. And it also has like the unique music video. It's like not one by like the anime opening, like the visuals, but it was like Frieren's adventure with like the hero's party or so. And it looked like pretty nice, you know. And it's more or less like a ballad or like a different storytelling, you know, different point of view from like you know, like when you actually were like part of the hero's journey, when like you see all the visuals, their kind of adventure there, and it looked like pretty amazing in my eyes. And the music was like also kind of great. From like one friend, maybe not friend, but like from one Discord user, I sometimes like seen chat log, they'd be like, yeah, your Yoasobi songs are like McDonald's, it's like all the mass produced sounds all the same, taste the same, or something like that. And it was kind of like a roast, you know. And if you think about it, if you like think about the vocalist, you know, like the singer Ayase, not Ayase, but you know, the singer from Yoasobi, it is a great voice, it's like clean, but maybe it's like in a sense like monotone in the singing sense, you know, it like always like sounds the same. But at the same time, when I got like to different songs, you know, like Undead, Yoru Nikakere, so it actually is different, you know. I sometimes don't get like how they like think automatically, yeah, it sounds the same, you know, but maybe it's not really, you know. Because I kind of like enjoy those songs and I like singing those songs as well. That was just like this kind of fast food comparison kind of like made it for me, you know, and like, yeah, maybe a fair point, you know. I don't have anything against Yoasobi, but man, damn, hold yourself back, man. Actually something doesn't make sense about this ear here. Maybe like a little bit lower. It's like in a lower angle. It looks like from a longer perspective. Let's also see the other twin tail. I've like drawn like for a pretty long time, more than a decade. Like not in a sense when I actually started drawing, you know, like technically everyone has drawn, you know, kindergarten maybe, or like when you do like the mandala, you know, color by like numbers, or like there are like a lot of spaces, you know, and you can like fill in a color, you know. Everyone has like drawn more or less, but when did you take it seriously? It's always like the thing when they actually like try to like draw like some anime characters or so. For me it was like around the time when I like read more manga or so, and then oh, I like this character, I like this kind of manga thing, I want like to do my own, you know. And then you take like your favorite thing and then like try like something similar, you know, or like at least like inspired by the style, you know, and take this like as a reference. And I think like when I first started off like with this kind of journey, I tried like, okay, let's do something like Dragon Ball, you know. I like Dragon Ball, I like the action scenes, let's do something similar like that. And then I think I actually did something like a Dragon Ball clone, but then at some point I was like, nah, I'm like out of ideas, you know. The thing is like Dragon Ball was like seemingly pretty simple, but there was like some structure and like writing there, and my kiddo brain couldn't like really comprehend it, you know. I was just like, yeah, cool action, Sakuga, bam, 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 you know. It's like some fight scenes. Oh, okay, let's train, and then have a fight scene, but for what, you know? I never really had the structure, you know. And then I looked like my garbo drawings, you know, like at the time it was like, yeah, it doesn't really work, you know. I need to like practice like my art, like actually like learn how to draw faces, how to like a body, you know. And then this came like to happen like at some point. Yeah, it doesn't like work so well. I suppose. Not really experienced in that. But yeah, if I just ignore the shadows or like make it a little more lighter, then yeah, this can like work somewhat. Okay. I think like I will do colors at the very end. I think like, okay, that's good enough. If I like set aside the line weight. Like line weight is like, I don't know, it's like always like something more important for me. But yeah, the days, I think like, I schedule like a lot of streams like for this week. If you look at my, if you like remember my schedule, if I look at it in the first place. But I was like kind of thinking that I should have enough time, but it turns like out maybe I don't have that much time. Like the way I like schedule like my streams is dependent on like my free time, I'd say, and I'm getting like less and less. Like work, my job, things don't like go so well or so. We lack like manpower, and that means like if we like want to like compensate, you know, like for lack of workers, and still like to hit a quota, we need to get overtime like Sangyo, you know, like we need to like work more extra hours, and this is like something that is draining me. It's like not too bad, but I had to lose maybe like about half an hour on sleep, like to quickly the thumbnail, and like complete dailies in a gacha like somewhat, like not to hit like full stamina and everything, and like actually like make use of like the resource you get like via time generation or so. But still for Umamisumi, still not enough time, since running UR finals can like take 30 minutes, and like in Unity Cup it takes like about 60 minutes or so. So yeah, can't like do much regarding that. I think like I make the canvas a little bit bigger. Let me see, how do I do this? This canvas size. Width, let's do slightly brighter, broader. This is that one. Then I'll try like a different one where actually like Troll has like an anime character. This will be a little bit more difficult, I suppose. If you like want to take it like really seriously, you know, you can just like use one of those sets here in Clipstudio Paint. It's like program I'm using, angle it up and then use this as a reference. You can trace over it or like just like copy, like take the reference, you know, like you have like the picture by the side or like the reference by the side or the photo, and then you just try to like translate it properly, you know, like it's not tracing one by one. For my part, I like to do just like look at a reference and then like try to like draw along that. It takes more time, but you learn like better, I suppose. I saw like a lot of people, they do like the circle, then a triangle, so then they do something like this, but I just thought simple is the best, kind of. And then yeah, but if you like, but this kind of thing requires a little bit of knowledge if you like try like seriously, like regarding like the face shapes, you know, and like head shape. Like when you feel your head by the side, you know, or like from front, it's like somewhat flat, not so round. And then there's like the chin also. Yeah, there's like a lot of like depth in like drawing face. It's like not so simple actually. And especially like if you look up or like downwards, then the square is like some parts become invisible, or like out of sight, you know, like the top of the head, for example. Let's say if you have a bold, shiny spot like at the top of your head, then you can't see it anymore, something like that. I'm still trying to apply like some things I've like used on the chibi, but the actual one might like be a little bit more of a challenge, I suppose. So yeah, let's see like about that. It's been a long time since I like drawn like that. Months ago, I suppose, months ago. If it's just like myself, easy to draw, but when it's like a fan art and so, I have to log in, I suppose. And it's like more or less a practice. It's a challenge more or less, but I like doing for fun and like practice. Maybe I can learn like something interesting out from that. But yeah, strong eyes. Maybe I can draw them bigger. Let's see for starters how this will go first. And then the nose and everything. Usually I draw them like as that and then Then she has reddish like eyebrows. Oh man, this is difficult. 難しいそれは And then here are the ears. Oh gosh, okay. Then now it becomes actually difficult. Oh, how do you do that? Yeah, okay. Understand. But the thing is like, the angle is like really high. So they look like, and then the angle, the bone cheeks. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. It is difficult. I'm also gonna like check from the other side how it's like somewhat okay. Even though like one of my first anime was like Dragon Ball, and I tried like to draw something like a manuscript, to like my own version of like Dragon Ball. I never really got like so far, and it affected the rest of like everything else I like drew. I was like really never so passionate with like Dragon Ball, but it was like one of the few things I had like lying around, you know, like as like manga and like what I sometimes see in the TV. Later on, that would like evolve like into more of our stuff, you know, as like the horizon like manga I could like read expanded, you know. It's like mostly like the free-to-play way to like go to library and then like read what's available. And I think like when I read like Go Sick or so, for example, a like light novel, yeah, I think like there's like more about like character chemistry and such as enjoyed, you know, just the relationship unlike between a boy and a girl. There's sort of like some mysteries, crime mysteries, or like mystery in general, you know, and it was like, I don't know, just a banter between two characters, and then the character development was a lot more interesting in my eyes at this point than like Sakuga, you know, like some cool action scenes. Even though I liked action from like, you know, I watched like action movies like Jackie Chan or so. I did like action in general, you know, just like two people throwing hands at each other, you know, but this was like a lot more interesting, you know. Maybe this is like why a lot of people could like also like resonate with like Fear, you know. Even though it has like some cool actions and everything, this was like not the main point. Like on like a good series, you know. Your drawings are adorable, keep up, I love how you talk, also not many people are here. You're a great streamer, I must leave now. Hey, thank you. But yeah, have a good night, rest well. But yeah, I really like the character development and like how the characters grow closer to each other. Even though there are like some setbacks here and there, let's say like with Stark and like Frieren, for example, I still liked how it like goes along, and when they like grow closer to each other, you know. I see like, you know, like Frieren doesn't really has fan service directly, you know, but when it comes like to the fan artists, oh man, it is like chef's kiss actually, you know, that it doesn't really have that, but when they have like a little bit of like shots here and there that can like show the potential, you know, like with the armpit shot like from Übel, you know, or like when they like are like angle with the camera behind Übel, but like below her low angle, that you can actually like see something between her legs, or you know, like the clothing piece, and it's like, yeah. But they never like cross the line too far, you know. It's just like it happens to align, you know, and it's kind of like giving like the community, here the ingredients, now cook, you know, and then people actually cook something. That you have like a little more spice to like entertainment media than just like, oh, action, relationship, character development, then one more reason, you know, with that, like, to watch the whole thing. It is not necessarily like super required, you know, in order to like enjoy the full media, but you know, some people will get displeased by it, I suppose, you know, be like Puritans, be like, no, not my Christian anime, you know, but things are like there, you know, it's like creators' freedom, and I think the anime did like a good job, you know, and if you need that to like attract more viewers, why not? But it's just like very on the small side, you know, it's just like the fandom, the artists, you know, the artists who like do all the heavy lifting with like that, and yeah, I think like will be great material. But yeah, in any case, I think like I draw the eyebrows a little bit later, I suppose. Like the easy version is done, but I don't know about the other one. This is like a little bit hard. It's pretty hard. I could like take the easy version out, but let's try like as best as possible. Yeah, I'm still like beginner artist self-proclaimed. I think this like kind of like okay to say that, you know. Some might acknowledge me, hey, I like your to you know, acknowledge my art, be like, hey, I like that like art and everything, but I still see myself as like someone who still has to learn, you know. I'm still like, I'm not the expert, not your teacher or anything, I'm just like the guy who's like with you in the classroom and be like, hey, do you understand what the teacher's saying, you know? Maybe you can like tell the art to me. But yeah, it is like still like in the thing that I still need to like learn and understand like stuff. And I think I mess like up like a lot here and there, that I still need like help, or like have to like approach it slowly to like you know, like step by step, level by level, you know, instead of like skipping like straight to level 5 or so, you know, that it's like a slow progress. You are not necessarily like the best artist ever if you can like draw from different angles, or like a good storyteller, mangaka or so, like depending on like what your goal is, but still it will be like worthwhile, you know, I suppose. Like if I go the easy route with like the chibi, yeah, easy, but if I can do the easy route, why not the hard route, you know? Then yeah, this is like a little bit more difficult to translate, but it will be possible. Not, but what I can like say, it is quite difficult. Of course, when I post the final artwork on like social media, like many other people have done, they look like at the result and be like, wow, this is amazing. But dismiss or like minimize is like the fact that the artist actually went like through a lot of pain, like redos and so, to like actually get to the result. I kind of dismiss it as first until I tried it myself and be like, okay, that is hard to be honest. I don't really like get certain things right. A funny face, I suppose. And then there's the nose as well. And then there's a little bit of this part here where the chin is, because you like angle your thing upwards. Somewhere around here, this area there. Okay, sometimes I love fall silent when I actually log in. Usually when I do the cheaper art style, you know, like my weekly drawing challenge. Well, like not weekly drawing challenge, but like weekly drawing with like drawing every Hello Pro member. I am like able to yap, but actually when I have to log in and I'm struggling, I actually do fall silent, holy crap. And I have to like work towards something I might be like satisfied with. Log in, focus. Usually I take it like really casually, but this got hands, this challenge. I'm like, I respect like Space Dev, like the one who actually like tried it, you know, and had like some funny results, or like actually attempting it, you know. I'm like more or less like quoting like some tweets or like Japanese people as well, But in the age of like AI, where people can just like throw the towel and then like just let a machine do it for them, you know, like drawing, like generating art, you know, like doing art for them. It is like quite amazing that someone picked up the pen and like tried. Maybe like those dear AI artists artworks maybe did something. Maybe not, you know, but it's still like quite something that can be like praised, you know. And they made like a meme, a trend. The English voice actor, you know, from Frieren, shouted the artist out, complimented them, used it as a profile picture even. It's like great. It's like great, I suppose. And I guess it does translate like to everywhere, you know, but people love people who work their asses off, you know, who actually like put some effort in there to generate like, not generate, but like to actually create something that is good. That they take their time, that they take like plot, that it like takes blood and sweats, you know. Or just like a lot of time, you know, in any case. It's more healthy like to take more time and like ruin your health and everything, you know. Like with mangaka who like do all-nighters, you know, in order to like finish their project, for example. There are like many cases like that, where people like overwork themselves, like mangaka like Oda sensei for like One Piece. I'm not like sure about Toriyama sensei. Like back in the days. Or like Miura's-san, the legend for like who drew Berserk, who created, who brought that into life. But yeah, in general, art is like a thing that created like many entertaining media out there. And let's say without those legends, AI art doesn't not really exist as well, right? So but completely relying on that is also like not quite the way. So picking up the pen is like recommended. And maybe at some point you do not need it, you know. Because I already like learned drawing like long ago. I picked up the pen. I don't have like the need for that, but if I were like born a bit later, maybe I'd needed like a little bit of motivation, you know, motivational words or so, to actually like attempt that. I can't like really like tell much the perspective of like people who like use the program to like enter the prompts and then like let them generate like something. Like it's about like the understanding as well, like why do they do that, you know. Some like do it for money, you know. I saw like some YouTube videos like that, but maybe there might be more, I don't know. It can be helpful in some ways, you know, like creating memes. You can, if you like write a story, you know. And then there's like, I suppose, one guy who is an AI or who uses AI. And then this is like where you actually need those, you know, to like kind of like give you a little bit of like orientation. Okay, how would this person who use AI, what words would come out? What kind of like spoken dialogue or like monologue in their head would be? What is their thought process, you know? Sometimes you need this kind of help. Not yet. Is this good enough? 大丈夫かな? Well, I have like to see. Let me mirror that. It's not horrible. It needs a little bit more balance, I suppose. It's not horrible, but it needs a little more. Horrible, Johnny. Okay. People can see I actually did my effort there. But yeah, I like those art trends, I must like say. I can't always participate in them, but this one, why not? Why not? You know, like this meme of like SpongeBob and Patrick playing outside. Squidward looks out the window and sees them having fun. Maybe an indicator he can't like participate in that kind of fun as well. And I think like artists who like do this Frieren thingy are like Patrick and SpongeBob, while the Squidward is like the AI guy, right? I suppose. They can't like really participate in there because, you know, they can't like create out of from scratch, you know? Like the low angle Frieren. Holy crap, this is like great exercise. This is like pretty difficult, I must like say. And I need to try like eyes and such differently in order to like pull that off. I will try to color that, so I must like need to clean up like some things and so. I do not want to do line art. It's like pretty much a thing I super dislike because it takes a lot of time away. And like finally using the dirty sketches, you know, as the line of reference, but yeah. How do I do this? Like this? Kinda like want to hide that point a little bit more. That spot here, a little bit more. That's like less obvious, it's just a ball I'm like using. For the head reference, you know, like for the head in general. Like a lot of like things I do are like circles and like squares with like edges and everything. For this one I had like to use edges somewhat, but still like for the most part a ball. A big ball. I think I will post that, but without any hashtags and just maybe just like use the original tweet and then quote tweet here. And then I call that day. Yeah, this is easy mode here. This is easy mode. The other one's like pretty hard. I'm still not quite satisfied with it. Maybe like the eyes, the way she looks at you. The smugs offends me. Oh gosh, wrong layer. Some points here. I don't have to do it super realistic, but it needs to be somewhat convincing. That's like from this angle. Man, it's like quite difficult, I must like say. Like, the chibi one took like about 15-20 minutes or so. Maybe like 10 minutes. But this one takes like a little more effort. Like to the right. It's hard, but it's not impossible. It's like, it is doable. I'm glad that I drew like for a long enough time. I'm still like to some extent like not happy, but it's like close to like something I'd be like satisfied with. But yeah. Let's erase the helping lines. Oh gosh, it's still like not quite. I don't like the eyes, the face in general. I did the on the wrong layer. I haven't like drawn this kind of ice in a long while as well. But yeah, I think like, you know, even if you used to be good at like a certain thing, you know, like video games, and when you come back, the muscle memory in theory is like still there. What you know, it's like with riding a bike. You don't really unlearn that, but still like a little bit unfamiliar, you know? Like everything, how everything goes. And needs like a little bit of like attempts to like go back to full mastery, you know? And if people, for example, expect like the peak performance from you back in the days, please like, you know, tell them to lower expectations or something like that. And I'll be like I'll be like, yeah, I can do that, I can handle that, you know, like back in the days. Because like the expectation, you know, in reality are like pretty different on like how you approach like stuff. I, for example, used to be like good at like a thing that is like kind of dangerous and so that needs like some forklifting skills, like forklift driving skills, but I haven't like executed like that thing like in years. When I'm like expected to like do like a quick driving job, like transport thing from A to B, like on a forklift again, but I made it like, for example, clear, hey, I can't do that, you know, I need like some practice and like some warm-up, you know. And they ignored that, and yeah, I quit the job, you know, like in less than 2 weeks. Like physically, for example, I can do a lot. Even if I do mistakes, even if I have like to endure cold, physical strain and everything, but when like the understanding, you know, the teamwork, the empathy, you know, is simply not there. This is like where I throw the towel. This is like where I actually like leave, you know, like when the synergy is just not there. Like a job can have like good payout. Like the thing of like what we want is like good payouts, good team, good work atmosphere, or like the thing of like, is it like a hard job, is it an easy job, you know? I'm like fine of having an easy job. I'm fine on with like good or like average payout, but if like the team is like garbage, then I'm out, you know? Like I need like this kind of, you know, my mental, I need to protect my mental more or less, you know? There were like times where I like endured like that for too long, like bad mental. And let's say it didn't like end in a good way, like with enduring too much. It's like, to have too much HP, this means like you can endure like a bad situation for long. But you should like speak out earlier than like sooner than later, you know? In order to like undo, like to not take that damage in the first place, you know? It was like kind of my problem that I endured for too long, and then just was mentally in the gutter. And my mindset like back in days was also like not the greatest, like when I play like games, for example, and if I lose, it's kind of like, you know, I was like down, you know, rainy clouds in my head. And then it just started raining and couldn't do anything about that, you know. There's ways like to get an umbrella or like go like somewhere inside where the rain doesn't like hit you, but for my case, I just like endured it for way too long instead of like solving the issue, you know, or like just avoiding it, you know, like the issue as well. But the thing is, like, some issues you cannot avoid. For example, if you go to school, if you go to work, and there are like people who bully you, for example, or they are not aware that they mentally train you, you know? They're not aware that they like, that the actions affect your work performance, let's say that. And let's say like in work, it's like more important, like with the team synergy, like if everyone does their part, then we hit the quota, then we can leave earlier, you know, the boss is like happy with us, maybe like that, you know, and then we get better payout, whatever. In school, the synergy is not really there. Everyone is like more or less on their own, right? But you can like talk to the teacher, I suppose. If there's a class rep who's like pretty responsible, you know, maybe. But at the same time, this class rep can be like part of a clique of something, you know, of like the popular kids. And maybe you're like not the popular kid when you're like kind of excluded, you know. It's then maybe that's not the right person to talk to, but there must be at least like alternatives like for you, I suppose. If you have like really like the misfortune there that your starter hand, the spawn point is like pretty bad, that you don't really have like a person you can reach out to, I feel sorry for you. There might be like other ways, you know. But that can like require like a little bit of bravery. Yeah, do you say bravery, right? Yeah. Maybe in like, I don't know. I never like came to so far in that kind of like thing. On like reaching out for help. But overall, like the goodwill of the people is what carried me more or less. That I trusted like in other people's goodwill to like help me out there. Maybe I didn't trust it directly, but maybe unconsciously somewhere that there was like the cry for help or so. When it would like reach them, when they felt like bad enough, you know, that they actually like did something. Like the thing is like when bad things happen, you know, a lot of people see the issue, but they don't want to like be a target for all those issues as well, you know, so they avoid it. They don't really speak out. But if it gets bad enough, maybe they will help you, you know. If not, it's like kind of the dice roll there, I suppose. Maybe I was like good enough. Maybe it's just like us about duration, you know, about like sooner or later. But some people are like pretty good on like displaying themselves on the most perfect side, you know, be like, please stop, and they are like really teary, they like are really good actors, you know, with their with like their victim play, and I suppose like use every single card in your hand that's like available there, you know. Be like ready to humiliate yourself, like show yourself from your most lowest side in order to like get the help you deserve, you know. I think I'm not that satisfied with that one. Something's off about the face. It's so difficult. It is Frieren, you can recognize that, but yeah. I can recognize that as Frieren, but at the same time, oh man. It is difficult to make it look good. How do you do this? I think like I will like cut off a little bit of volume here. Maybe it's like too much on some parts. Here I make it like a bit shorter. Yeah, maybe this. The body's like way too broad. It's like kind of like, I'm a boy. Sometimes I do it like that. I'm like really good at trying myself, but with female characters, I do like female characters by the way. Me like waifus, but yeah, I think like this a little bit more balanced. Like this, like with the body shape, the head shape as well. Maybe not head shape, it's like way too round, but...ちょっと待って。ちょっと見に行くと。What if I... No, I don't know. I will not color unless I'm like kind of satisfied with like how the line weight and everything looks like. There's so many versions of the face I've drawn within the stream. Ah, gosh. I can't really put my finger on it. What is like the best so far? Maybe the previous version was like good enough. But maybe not. Now that I see like this again. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Let's redo again. It's kind of weird to like get rid of all the effort you've done before, but I need to like find it somehow. It's like more often for myself, actually, this challenge, rather than like for someone. I want to be like playing along with SpongeBob and Patrick as well, you know? I don't want to be like Squidward looking out the window. But in a sense, I'm like not really like pissed or anything, you know, when I see other people have fun, you know, and I'm not part of it. I'm like rather like happy that people can have fun with something, you know. Let's say like with Stellar Star, for example, you know, a lot of people play that nowadays, you know. Even though the gacha system, the monetization is like not the best, you know. They play the game at the very least. They don't pay. They play, you know, and have like fun with that. And I'm like fine with them, you know, playing that game. Maybe I can join at some point, but yeah, it's like those kind of things as well, you know, where I like live and let things live, you know. Sometimes it's like better to just like leave things be. Even if you have like a slight distaste for it, just leave it be, you know. If people have like wrong view of the world, the wrong way on like how to play a game, they're like pretty toxic, let's say, you don't have to interact with them, you know. Unless you can go for a killing blow, you know. Do not interact with them. If it's just like putting more oil in the fire, then it's just like way too hot, you know, that you burn your own hands, you know, whatever. And yeah. Oh, I think, is this the best version now? Oh, maybe. I'm not like really sure what I have to do now. I will try my best. But so far, this is the best version. My best attempt for now. With the face. The structure is there, but just not the eye and the face. I'm not really sure, man. Could like leave the as broad as they are. Or leave them as they are. Respect for going for that attempt, really. This is hard. I'm wasting so much time there. I should like call it quits sooner than later. We are like 1 minute and 30 minutes in roughly. I am 1 minute and 30 minutes in already. I will try to not go over 2 hours. Well, I'd like to do this. I don't have much free time since like since work job took like 2 extra hours of my free time away. So I couldn't like do my gacha, for example, like properly. Or like do the thumbnail, like in time. When I just came home, I turned on the PC, did the thumbnail, did the waiting room. Took like about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it gacha, took like another 10-15 minutes, and then yeah. I rather don't waste too much. Yeah, I don't want to waste too much of my free time. Maybe I will not color, I suppose. I suppose I will not color. It's too... I lost too much time, I think. One thing I can maybe do... Nah, I think like it's good enough. This one maybe? Don't really know. I'm so scared on like ruining it. And then just lose more time in order to fix it. It's just a sketch, by the way. It's like not really like a full-blown drawing, but still. There's I don't know. There's some kind of pressure. Maybe it's my pride? Probably it's my pride. I can like tell it's really difficult. I can tell you that. It's like not as easy. I just like saw, when I saw the finished results, be like, oh, hey cool, they did that. They can maybe too. And then, okay, it's not that easy. But let me do my best anyways, you know. I will work a bit with lighting. Gonna work a bit with the eyes as well, that are not empty pupils. Let me see what I can do there. And keep it like black and white. Yeah, something like that. And then my line weight. I don't know how I can do that properly. But I'm gonna see what I can do. And then yeah. Music is like really carrying like a lot of things, I must like say. Even though I'm like too locked in to like really focus on like talking, the music is like somewhat carrying there. I suppose, like the BGM. I don't really hear the music, to be honest, since it's like something I put like in OBS, you know. I could like play the music myself on desktop audio and then like let you hear it like desktop audio, but at the same time, you know, when I draw, I usually don't have anything to distract myself with. I only like draw, and that's like what I do. Sometimes I look like to my OBS, and then with that also I chat, you know. And since like they are both on the same screen, like chat and like OBS, you know, to like see if anything's like wrong. Sometimes I don't see if anything's wrong. I might not be able to like see if I'm already muted, you know, when it's like that, but I can like see it now a little bit easier at first glance if there's like anything like not going right at the very least. But yeah. But yeah, that one Frieren version I'm like happy with. I've like done. Like the one that looks more serious. For here, what I can do, I keep it like black and white, I think. I will not color. But I can like work a little bit with line weights, with things like, I don't know, with the balance as well. I think I did a better job on like the more difficult version than like the easy one. The easy version is like just easy. That's about it. I think like I made a smiling version for that, rather than like a smug and like version, you know. The chin's just like really high. More texture, I suppose. Doing a lot of something. But yeah. Whew. I think like erase some things. Here as well. Oh gosh. And then this I forgot to do. The other thing. And she has like something around here. And then here are black stuff, here is black stuff. Yeah. Going to the other one. Here is black, there is black. But yeah, my attempts here. Not really sure like how I should arrange that, like which goes like to the top, which goes to the bottom. But yeah, maybe like this. Then I can like input like how it's called, like the art from Space Dev into here as well. Not like sure how. This one there. It would be a lot better if I do it with color, but for now I'm like pretty lazy-ish for that. I am like 1 hour and 45 minutes in, you know. I think like it's good enough for now. But yeah, what do you think of it? It took me like quite a time with both. The first version, the chibi one, pretty simple. I can cheat. But the second one, oh man, there's a lot of effort. You can pull it off, yes. Is it worth the amount of time? Depends. But overall, this was a fun experience. But tomorrow, I will like go back into like more chill art stream with like drawing video fan art with like Holostars member, which is like Kagami Kira, like graduated member from back then. Maybe 2021, 2020, I'm not quite sure like anymore, but like somewhere like that. And will be like a stream that is like on the 2 to 3 hour at like average, but maybe like a little bit longer depending on like how things will go. But in any case, I thank you all for like watching, staying with me here to like do that. I think like it's not the most perfect version I like could do, but the best I could like do in a short amount of time, and I think it's good enough, I'd say. Only like the colors missing, but I'm like kind of dead for that for now. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I wish you all a nice rest of the day, evening, or good night. Whatever times in the world you all are, with that I'm gonna say bye bye.